Hi, my name is Mia and welcome back to my YouTube channel. And as you can tell by the title, today I will talk about how to get over or at least cope better with flight anxiety. And if you have followed me for a while, you will have followed my many trips, some of those having been by airplane, so this might come as a surprise to you, but I am very much terrified of flying every single time. And yeah, but like I just mentioned, I have had many flights in my life so far. I have made it through every single one of them. And yeah, today I want to share with you some of the things I do, some of the tips from the experiences that I have gathered over the years to help you cope with your own flight anxiety just a little bit better. So yeah, without further ado, let's head right to the first tip, which is to identify what it is that you're so afraid of when it comes to flying. Now, this can be super individual to every single one of you. For some it is the fear of heights, others might feel a bit claustrophobic, others might be afraid of the speed that the airplane's going, maybe you're afraid the plane might crash, or if you're like me, I have very bad emetophobia, which is the fear of getting sick or other people getting sick. By sick, I mean throwing up. And yeah, the feeling I have on an airplane scares me every single time because I just feel my stomach drop and it makes me very uncomfortable. And I have had many times on airplanes where I was just crying and shaking and having a major panic attack. So yeah, first step in overcoming your fear is to identify what it is that you are scared of. And once you've done that, I'd recommend you do as much research as you can on the topic, and that way you have factual knowledge to come back to whenever your brain develops that irrational fear. Now, like I said, you might be afraid of the airplane crashing, so it might help you to know that the airplane is actually one of the safest modes of transportation out there. And yeah, so just apply that to whatever area you are afraid of. Do as much research as you can. Research what turbulence is, research how that might feel like, and so on and so forth, just so you are prepared and you have the factual knowledge in you already. The next logical step for me to take personally is to implement meditation into my daily routine. Now, I have been meditating almost daily for a number of years now, and the reason I'm mentioning this here is because if you are trained to meditate, then it'll be much easier for you in a moment of discomfort, in a moment of anxiety or panic even, to come back to a calm state of mind, or at least a calmer state of mind. And the sooner you can implement meditation, the better, because practice makes perfect. You can also come up with a little mantra that might help you during meditation as well. So a mantra would just be a positive affirmation that you tell yourself over and over again when those fearful thoughts come up, just again based on the factual knowledge that you have researched. And that way you can just repeat that, focus on that mantra, repeat it to yourself over and over again to calm yourself. And along with that, you should try to manifest why it is you're flying. So instead of focusing on the flight for the days or weeks or months leading up to your flight, try to focus on what it is you're looking forward to. Focus on the destination and not the way to get there. And just keep reminding yourself of that, keep reminding yourself of the goal and what it is that you are putting yourself through that moment of fear for. If you want to feel even more secure, then of course you can also go see your doctor and have him prescribe some anxiety medication or some medication for nausea if that's a concern to you with travel sickness, just to take some more of that pressure off of your mind. And whether that's just a placebo effect or an actual physical reaction of your body to that medication, it'll for sure at least take some stress off your mind, give you some peace of mind knowing that you have taken all the steps that you can to feel a bit better. Another thing I like to do is just to really prepare myself for a flight by picking out a really nice, comfortable outfit that I will feel safe and comfortable in. I will find some entertainment, whether that's a new book or I will download a movie or a show, and the least I can do is have some music ready that I will be able to focus on instead of the flight. So bring a good pair of headphones because you will be able to drown out all the noise around you. And if you're anything like me, then any sort of noise and just things going on around you will not help your anxiety at all. It'll make it worse. In fact, if there's so much stuff going on around you, it's so loud. So if you can just block out that noise and you can focus on your music, that will help tremendously. It'll also drown out some of the airplane noise because airplanes are very, very loud. So yeah, bring some good headphones, download your favorite music, and just try and focus on that. The next tip might be a bit impossible for some of you, but if you can, try to find someone to travel with, preferably a family member, a spouse, a loved one, a good friend, just someone who you know will be there to hold your hand through it all and just be another source of comfort. But I am very much aware that it is not always possible to fly with someone. As a matter of fact, most of my own flights have been solo, and that is of course a little more terrifying. But what I do to combat that is just to open up to whomever is sitting next to me. I know this can be a little bit intimidating and maybe it even sounds weird to you, but trust me, it helps, because most likely the person next to you will notice your discomfort, will notice your nervousness, and maybe that makes them a little nervous too because they don't know what's going on with you. So if you just engage in a little bit of conversation, just say hello, say your name, and tell them that you're afraid of flying, then you have some peace of mind knowing that the person next to you is not going to think you're crazy, and also the person next to you has that same peace of mind knowing what it is that is wrong with you. And if you feel more comfortable with someone actually standing by your side, then go ahead and let a flight attendant know. Sometimes they notice by themselves. For example, one time I got onto an airplane looking super pale because I forgot to breathe. And the stewardess was there for me through the entire time. She kept checking back on me, and that was really, really nice. Another really cool experience that came from opening up to someone next to me was that one time I was actually sitting next to a pilot who was just catching a ride to the airport he was flying from, and he actually talked me through the entire process of flying, about how easy it is, how safe it is, and so on and so forth. And as we were engaging in the conversation, I didn't even notice the airplane taking off as much. So that was really cool. And the last very funny experience I had resulting from opening up to someone is that this poor guy was stuck next to me and his wife, and both of us were equally scared of flying. So this man just held out his hands to either side of us to hold his hands and squeeze them, and that was so awkward but so nice of this guy. But yeah, anyways, the awkwardness of the situation took my mind off it again. So yeah, just open up to the people around you. Sometimes something great happens, other times it's just that the person next to you is aware of what's going on. Again, I just mentioned that I forgot to breathe, and please, please, please don't do that because it'll only make you dizzy and maybe even will make you pass out. So try to breathe calmly and regularly. Do not pass out, do not get dizzy, do not stop breathing. Whatever you do, just really try and focus on that. That also goes back to the meditation and just like feeling your own body and calming yourself down. Another tip, even though you might not feel like it, and I've made this mistake a bunch of times, is try to eat and hydrate before a flight. Now, I have experienced a bunch of times that my stomach was too nervous to put anything into it, but that is a big mistake because you will just be more uncomfortable on the flight itself. It actually helps settle your stomach if there's a little something in it, but don't load up on too much food, and definitely only eat things that you know your stomach can handle, can easily digest. So yeah, don't try new foods or something super heavy before a flight either. Just eat whatever you're comfortable with and make sure to hydrate as well, as that can also alleviate some of the motion sickness and the altitude as well. And another thing I like to do is to kind of control every possible factor that I can control, meaning I personally prefer to book a seat, which most of the time costs a bit extra, but I am willing to pay that extra just so I know that I can sit in a seat of my own choosing. I usually take the one by the wing, as that is the most steady one in turbulence, and yeah, I kind of just have my preferred aisle and yeah, that's just something that takes a bit of worry off of me. So the more I can control, the calmer I am. I also like to travel with as little luggage as possible to, yeah, just not worry about many things around me. Again, if I just have my one backpack to take care of, that's already more than I can handle. I do not want to have to worry about any bags that I have to check, about them getting lost or leaving a jacket that I'm lugging around with me somewhere. So yeah, just pack as light as you can so you can really only focus on that one thing instead of 5 different bags that you're carrying with you. And lastly, just try to give yourself some time to just calm down before as well as after the flight. So before you go on a flight, just try to get enough rest, try to sleep well, maybe take a relaxing bath, whatever it is that makes you feel calmer. Go for another walk in nature or something, but also give yourself some time to reset once you get to your destination. Just because you're probably gonna be very exhausted after your flight from all that anxiety. I know it takes a toll on the body, so maybe don't plan a full itinerary for the first day of you reaching your destination, but give yourself enough time to reset. And that's basically all the tips I have for you. I know the title is a little bit clickbaity, how to get over your fear of flying, because I myself am very much not over it yet, but I do fly quite regularly, in fact, and I do face my fear and I get better from time to time. So yeah, also a little fun fact, if it wasn't for flying, I would have never met Julio, because Julio is from America and I am from Germany, and when I was 16 years old I did an exchange here in the States, which I obviously had to fly to. So if it wasn't for me facing this fear, I wouldn't be married to the love of my life right now. So yeah, you never know what good traveling brings you. Maybe you won't meet the love of your life, but you will for sure meet a lot of great people and see a lot of great things. It'll really broaden your horizon. And traveling is a great thing, so don't let your fear of flying hold you back. And if you've stuck around until now, then I think you deserve to see my own nervousness on airplanes. I have kind of filmed our last trip a bit where we went to Dublin over the weekend, and yeah, I kind of filmed a bit of my nervousness. So enjoy, and if this video helped you at all, please give it a like and subscribe so you don't miss any of my future videos. Alright, we have made it to Dublin. As you could tell, yeah, it was quite hard to film the sequences while actually flying, because I was trying to navigate my anxiety and filming for you guys. Yeah, it was a pretty average flight, so nothing too bad but also not good. Yeah, it really wore me out today. I'm actually quite emotional right now because it's been a rough day. I just really hate flying, and I'm also so proud of myself for making it onto this flight. Every time I sit at the airport, I just wonder, why am I doing this again? But yeah, we have made it to Dublin. We have walked around for about an hour or so just to, yeah, get some fresh air and look at the city, but I am very much I'm very much exhausted now. I still feel quite nauseous from the flight. Those feelings always seem to stick with me for a very long time. But yeah, I guess this is the tears that I was able to suppress on that flight earlier. It was actually like the first flight that I didn't cry. Yeah, I was trying to stay as calm as possible. Julio was there to help me through all of it, which was nice. He let me squeeze his hand, and he endured my sweat. But yeah, we're in Dublin. Yeah, like I said, I just still feel nauseous from this flight now. That's why I said I always like to give myself some time to, yeah, calm down after a flight. And yeah, we have an early morning tomorrow. We actually booked a bus tour to see some of Northern Ireland as well, so yeah, if you don't want to miss that, then make sure to subscribe, because I will definitely share a video about that too. And yeah, if this video is at all helpful for you, then please leave a like. Stay strong. You've got this. We've got this. We can conquer our fears. Thanks for watching. Bye.